This meeting of the Essex County Board of Chosen Freeholders is hereby called to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Freeholder Bauer.
Here.
Freeholder Johnson. Absent. Freeholder Jones.
Present.
Freeholder Luciano.
Here.
Freeholder Mercado.
Here.
Freeholder Pomares.
Here.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Here.
Freeholder Sebo.
Here.
Freeholder President Gill.
Here. Can I ask that we please stand for salute the flag? I'm going to ask that Vice President Richardson please lead us in the salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I ask that we remain standing for a moment of silence and ask that we please keep former Essex County Freeholder Martinez in our prayers. Thank you. At this time, I'm going to ask that our newly elected District 3 Freeholder and South Orange resident, former South Orange Village trustee, Janine Bauer, please bring greetings on behalf of the board.
Thank you, Freeholder President Gill. My name is Janine Bauer. I represent now District 3, which is the West Ward of Newark, South Orange, Orange, and East Orange. And I'm very happy to have the Freeholder Board, all of the professional staff, and all of the staff here in the village of South Orange. We welcome you. I also want to recognize Trustee Stephen Schnall, who's here representing the village, and all of the constituents, both of Essex County Freeholder Board and my own constituents, and say welcome to everyone.
Thank you, Freeholder. I don't know what could be better than to be elected and have the first meeting right in your hometown. So,
Thank you.
So thank you again, and congratulations to you, and thank you for those words. At this point, I'd like to bring up Village Trustee Steve Schnall on behalf of the South Orange trustees.
All right, so I am here actually on behalf of our village president. Unfortunately, Sheena Collum is unavailable to meet with you today, and she really wanted to be here. So I'm going to offer just a couple of welcoming remarks on her behalf. So first of all, mainly, welcome to all of you. Welcome to the freeholders and administrative staff. It's great to see you here in South Orange, and congratulations again to Janine Bauer. So South Orange is, as hopefully you, I know the weather is a little changed, but today there was an announcement. I don't know if you had a chance to read it, but this building that you're sitting in, the South Orange Performing Arts Center, SOPAC, was recognized now for the 4th consecutive year in a row as the best small performing space in New Jersey. So it's actually quite an accomplishment. This building has only been here for about a dozen years. And one of the great things about it, as you look, it's really a lovely and an intimate performance space where not only the audience but actually the folks on stage, and you get to get a sense of that right now, really enjoy the atmosphere. So South Orange was also recognized this past summer as the hottest town in New Jersey. That was a contest that was run, yes, through social media. And our village president is a bit of a champion in social media. In fact, just today she was giving a tour for a restaurant that is considering all sorts of locations, and they were absolutely blown away by the turnout of interest. And hopefully that restaurant will be coming to South Orange. So again, really, I appreciate you guys coming out here. We really do appreciate what the freeholders in the county does for this village. In particular, we just went through a tough stretch with the roads and the weather, and it was really great to work with you guys. I understand we have some projects coming up, hopefully during this upcoming couple of seasons in terms of infrastructure, roads. We have Valley Road, we have Scotland and Irvington Avenue, and there are a number of road projects that we're happy that you're working with, working with us and collaborating on it because it makes our village that much better. So once again, welcome. Thank you for coming to town, and have a great meeting.
Thank you, Village Trustee Schnall, and thank you again to you, to your president, and to all the trustees for your working relationship with the county and for what you do on behalf of your residents. Moving to the certification, I have before me certification from the clerk that this meeting is in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Madam Clerk, are there any transcripts to be approved?
Mr. President, there are none.
Okay. Also, for the record, recognizing Freeholder Johnson. Okay, let's move to the public comment session on agenda items. Tonight's meeting is a combined conference board meeting, and we will vote on every item on the agenda. So if there's any member of the public who would like to comment on any agenda item, please come to the microphone and state your name and affiliation for the record. You will have 3 minutes to speak. If we can see you. There he is. Is everybody on time?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
William Tedesco, Roseland, New Jersey. Just to tell you, if you can speak in the mic a little better so
Sure.
you can hear people,
No problem.
it's kind of low, just so you know.
No
All right,
problem.
I'm going to speak on item 62. I know some people will be a little disappointed or mad at me, but I just found out about it and whatever. I'm going to say I'm against this, basically. I know you're allowed 7 aides and whatever, and I think you can survive on that, and I think they can survive on the money that they're getting or the compensation that they're getting. I don't think anybody's quit on your legislative aides because they're not getting paid enough, and I'm sure they work hard, and I don't want to disappoint them, but I think right now with the times in Essex County and whatever, I just realized not to spend this taxpayers' money on that. So I feel you should not either take it off the thing or not to vote on it right now. So, basically, just like it was against for the hospitalization, I'm against the raise of right now. So thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Again, if there's any member of the public who would like to comment on any issue, please come to the microphone and state your name and affiliation for the record. You will have 3 minutes to speak. Okay, seeing none, if there is any member of the public who would like to comment on any issue, please come to the microphone and state your name and affiliation for the record. Again, you will have 3 minutes to speak. Okay, Madam Clerk, let the record reflect that there is no one wishing to speak at this time. Madam Clerk, do we have any ordinances or resolutions for introduction and first reading?
Mr. President, we have none.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Madam Clerk, do we have any ordinances or resolutions for listing purposes only?
Mr. President, we have two. Resolution R 2018-00178, Department of Administration and Finance, Office of Management and Budget Resolution to exceed the county tax levy and to establish a cap bank for calendar year 2018 per NJSA 40A 4-45.14. Mr. President, do you want me to stop here, or should I read the second one?
We can read number 2 as well. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Resolution R 2018-00179, Department of Administration and Finance, Office of Management and Budget, introduction of the 2018 Essex County budget.
Madam Clerk, you can list resolutions R 2018-00178 and R 2018-00179 for public hearing at our March 28th meeting. Madam Clerk, do we have any ordinances or resolutions on second reading and public hearing tonight?
Mr. President, we have two. Ordinance number O 2018-0005, an ordinance officially naming Eagle Rock Reservation Roadway Crest Drive while maintaining the honorary name of Freeholder Michael L. Delante. Mr. President, can you help me with the last name? Delante Way.
Okay. Would you like to also read the second, or can we do that?
Keep
them separate.
public hearing.
Keep them separate, okay. Okay, Madam Clerk, please read, excuse me, Okay, I hereby declare the public hearing on ordinance 0218-00005 open. If there's any member of the public who would like to comment for or against this ordinance, please come to the microphone and state your name and affiliation for the record. You will have 3 minutes to speak. Okay, seeing none. Mr. Parlavecchio, do you have any questions or comments?
No, I don't have any questions.
Mr. McInerney, do you have any questions or comments? Freeholders, any questions or comments? That's good. Okay, Freeholders, do I have a motion and a second to close the public hearing on ordinance O-2018-0005?
I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Siebold,
I'll second.
second by Freeholder Johnson. Do I have the same mover and second to approve
Yes.
the ordinance?
Yes.
Thank you. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Siebel.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you. Okay, Madam Clerk, please read ordinance number O-2018-0006.
Ordinance number O-2018-0006, an ordinance naming county roadways, buildings, parking lots, and signaled intersections.
I hereby declare the public hearing on ordinance O-2018-0006 open. If there's any member of the public who would like to comment for or against this ordinance, please come to the microphone and state your name and affiliation for the record. You will have 3 minutes to speak. Okay, seeing none. Mr. Parlavecchio, do you have any questions or comments?
Just a comment to refresh the board. When this was introduced at the last meeting, this is a function, for the most part, of modern technology and GPS systems, and we noticed that we had a number of roads and areas that were not marked and were not showing up on people's GPS systems. So this is a way to kind of bring those into the next stage of the 21st century.
Freeholders, do you have any questions or comments? Okay, Freeholders, do I have a motion and a second to
I'll
close?
move it.
Oh, close the public hearing on ordinance, got it, on ordinance O-2018-0006. We have a move by Freeholder Siebel and second by Freeholder Mercado. Do I have the same mover and second?
Yes.
Yes.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Siebel.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving on to resolutions. Resolution number 1.
Resolution 1, advise and consent nomination for the appointment of Jennifer Carrillo Perez to the Essex County Vocational School Board.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, can you please explain the resolution?
Good evening, Mr. President. The county executive and the administration are pleased to announce the appointment for your consent of Jennifer M. Carrillo Perez to the Essex County Vocational Board, and she is here this evening to answer your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Good evening, Ms. Carrillo. Would you like to make an opening statement?
Sure, good evening. Jennifer Carrillo Perez, I just would like to say thank you for having me on the agenda this evening. It's a pleasure to be before you. I just give you a brief background of myself. Born and raised in Newark, lifelong resident of Essex County. I'm currently a resident in the borough of Glen Ridge. I'm mother of 2 daughters and a full-time attorney at Connell Foley with land use and redevelopment as my specialty. Funny enough, I am a graduate of Essex County Vocational High School, North 13th Street. Graduated in 1997 and then attended Montclair State University and then went on to Rutgers Law School in Newark. I served on the City of Newark Advisory School Board from 2001 to 2004. So I do have experience on a Board of Education, and that was for the City of Newark. And I currently sit on the search committee for the new superintendent for the City of Newark Public Schools. So it's an honor to be considered, and it's even more of an honor, especially since I am an alumni of Essex County High School.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Freeholders, any questions or comments?
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson?
Yes. I'm very glad to see you standing there, ready to take on the charge of our technical school, because I remember when you first started with the school boards, and You're a great candidate for it, and you love children. And you love children, and I know you will do the best for the children of our schools, so congratulations, and we'll be glad to see you on board.
Freeholder Siebold.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the county executive for making such a wonderful recommendation that you join the Essex County Vocational School Board. Having been a member of that board a number of years ago, I know you will do a terrific job. And I just want to add that you were awarded the Woman of Excellence last year by the Essex County Democratic Committee. And I remember being there with you and being so impressed by everything you have done. So I'm very happy that you're willing to spend your time doing this. Thank you.
Can I at least have a...
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes. Freeholder Jones over here, Johnson over here messing with me. I too want to say I'm happy to see someone such as yourself going to take on this board. I know you in your day job. We do a lot of meetings and stuff together, and it's an honor and a privilege to see you there. If you just do 10% on that board, what you do in a day for your clients, if you do that for your students, they can't go wrong. They will be well represented. Really good to see you there. Thank you for your service.
Freeholder Mercado.
First, I want to thank you for taking the time out and volunteering your time to be on the board. It is exceptionally delighted to see a Newark native and an alumni from the school represented at the level at this level. So thank you for your consideration and thank you for your time.
Freeholders? Thank you, Ms. Carrillo, and for your willingness to serve. Again, I think it's great that we have a graduate of our schools, an active community member, and someone, again, willing to step up and volunteer your time. So thank you on behalf of the board and the county. Best. Do I have a motion and a second?
Move it.
Move it.
It's your call.
Moved by Freeholder Siebold, seconded by Vice President Richardson. Do I have the same mover and second, or do we want to
Yes.
flip it?
Yes.
Yes. Right. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Okay. Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones. Yes. Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Siebold.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you. Congratulations. Okay. Madam Clerk, I think we can take resolutions 2 through 5 at once, lead them into a record at the later time. These are all reappointments to the vocational board, school board, and to the Essex County Advisory Board for the Arts, and a reappointment to our county lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning advisory board. Can we take those together?
You can take them
Okay.
together. I don't know if the administrator may want to comment.
Okay.
That's fine, thank
We'll leave
you.
them on the record at a later time. Mr. Jackson, any further?
No comment, Mr. President.
Okay. Questions and comments from the board? Okay. Freeholder Siebold?
I would just like to add that I know every single one, and they're all wonderful people who do an excellent job at what they're doing. And I'm very pleased that they're going to be reappointed. And if no one else has anything to say, I'll move it.
Okay. Do I have a
Second.
second by Freeholder Mercado?
That's it, I'm done.
Do I need the same?
Just a roll call.
Just roll call, Madam Clerk.
I wanted to take care of this.
Freeholder Siebold.
Yes.
Freeholder Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones. Yes. Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Let's move to resolution number 6.
Resolution 6, the Office of the County Administrator, Office of Risk Management, contract award to BGIA to provide broker services for commercial property at the Essex County Correctional Facility, April 1st, 2018 through March 31st, 2022, amount not to exceed $55,000, commission-based.
Mr. Jackson.
Mr. President, Tim Walker, our Director of Risk Management, is here to explain this item.
Thank you. Mr. Walker.
President Gill, Freeholder Board, good evening. Tim Walker, Director of Risk Management for the county. Can you guys all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. BGIA successfully won the contract award to provide broker services for the property program at the Essex County Prison. Were there any questions? It's a 4-year contract, and it is all commission-based. I believe the total amount was $55,800, not to exceed.
Thank you. Mr. Parlavecchio.
Mr. Walker, just the commercial property program, what does that entail? So I know going back a number of years with all the damage from Hurricane Sandy.
Precisely.
We had some issues there.
Yeah, it provides flood coverage, it provides all risk coverage, so it could be wind damage, it could be a fire, it could be theft of property. All of that is covered under the all-risk property program.
And how is this premium compared to prior years?
Actually, we had a 4%, a little less than a 4% increase, which, given the market right now, was pretty exceptional.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. McInerney.
This is included in the premium that we pay, correct?
Yes, the commission is included in the premium.
Okay, thank you.
Freeholders, do you have any questions or comments? Freeholders, do I have a motion and a second?
I'll move.
Moved by Freeholder Bauer. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Vice President Richardson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones. Yes. Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Siebel.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Okay, Madam Clerk, let's move to resolution, please. Number 7, please read it.
Resolution 7, the Office of the Prosecutor Contract Award to Computer Square Incorporated to provide InfoShare software maintenance services for Essex County Prosecutor's Office, October 1st, 2017 through September 30th, 2018, amount not to exceed $95,000.
Thank you. Mr. Jackson, could you please explain the resolution?
Yes, Mr. President. Mr. Coltre, our Deputy County Administrator, will address this item.
Mr. President, this item is a sharing data collection service for the prosecutor, but also shares it with the other departments and the law enforcement agencies. It includes an investigation model, an e-prosecutor model, an AOC InfoShare interface, a discovery component, as well as ECDRs and CJP module for various court items. It's not to exceed $95,000, and it's a proprietary software.
Thank you. Mr. Parlavecchio, do you have any questions or comments?
No, I don't.
Mr. McInerney.
No comment.
Freeholders, do you have any questions or comments?
Is this an existing service that is already in use by either this vendor or a different vendor?
It's the same vendor.
Thank you.
Questions or comments, freeholders? Okay, seeing none, freeholders, do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Moved by Freeholder Mercado.
Second.
Second by Freeholder Bauer. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Siebel.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Let's move to resolution number 8. Please read it.
Resolution 8, Department of Corrections Contract Award to SDA Laundry Tech, the sole responsive and responsible bidder to provide repair of laundry equipment, March 11, 2018 through March 10, 2020, amount not to exceed $184,000.
Mr. Jackson, can you please explain the resolution?
Director Ortiz, Mr. President, is here to explain.
Thank you. Mr. Ortiz.
Good evening. Alfaro Ortiz, Director, Essex County Correctional Facility. I'm here in support of this passage of this particular contract to provide the required and necessary laundry services for our inmate population, which is quite large, and we can really use this particular service.
Thank you, Mr. Ortiz. Is the
Mr. President, if I may, the vendor had an issue that came up. He'll be available to us next week.
Okay. Mr. Parlavecchio?
Yeah, Director, I just wanted to be clear for myself. Is this for equipment service, or is this an actual laundry service?
No, it's for equipment services installation. We have a main laundry area that our inmate workers actually do the sheets and the beddings and whatever have you. But then in certain areas, we have washers and dryers that the inmate do their own. So it's a combination of maintaining the big ones, the main industrial size ones, and also the smaller ones that are in certain locales to do the inmates individual as necessary.
And that's what this is for the
That's
smaller
what this is
machines?
for. Keep the repair, upkeep, and replacement of equipment as necessary.
Thank you.
Mr. McInerney?
Mr. President, this is a big contract. It's the lowest responsible bid.
Freeholders?
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson?
Yes. Did you say it's for the big machines and the small?
Right, combination of both, yes.
Okay.
Questions or comments, Freeholder? Do I have a mover and a second?
I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Bauer. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Freeholder Johnson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones. Yes. Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Sebo.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you. Moving to resolution number 9. Madam Clerk, please lead the resolution.
Resolution 9, Department of Corrections Contract Award to Clearview Data Systems, the sole responsive and responsible bidder to provide live scam equipment, on-site installation and maintenance to support system, 24-month agreement, amount not to exceed $87,000.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Mr. Jackson, can you please explain the resolution?
Again, Mr. Director Ortiz.
Al Ortiz, Director of Corrections. This particular system is the cornerstone of the entry into the institution where an individual, once being committed to our facility, the live scan is like the fingerprint system that identifies an individual by a number, not so much by a name. And that information is put into the federal computers, state police computers, and all the data that is necessary to process an individual into our system. So we utilize a company like this to maintain that and provide all the technical support that is required.
Thank you, Mr. Ortiz. Mr. Parlavecchio.
No questions.
Mr. McInerney.
Again, this is a big contract. The lowest responsible bid won.
Questions or comments, Freeholders? Okay, do I have a mover and a second?
I'll move.
Moved by Freeholder Mercado, second by Freeholder Bauer. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Sebo.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk. Let's move to resolution number 10. Please read it.
Resolution 10, Department of Citizen Services, Division of Community Action, Subgrant Agreement with Salvation Army, Montclair, to provide intensive care management program services January 1st, 2018 through December 31st, 2018, $363,793.
Mr. Jackson, can you please explain the resolution?
Yes, Mr. President, Ms. Ramos is here to explain.
Actually,
I'm sorry. Hi.
my name is Michelle Cruzy.
Hi,
I'm
Michelle.
the business manager at the Salvation Army. I'd like to just give you a little background about the program. Its purpose is to provide supportive service being made available to EA recipients who are being closed for exhausting their total EA time limit and who receive SSI benefits, and also those who received, emergency assistance through the HAP program, which is a welfare program, and the HHE program. Referrals are made by the Division of Welfare. And the purpose here is, these are people who have exhausted all of their housing benefits, all of their transitional housing benefits. And so our purpose is to kind of help them think out of the box, to get them into permanent housing. We have been working on this program since about May, June of 2016. Since then, we've had a total of about 55 cases. Of that 55, 30 have moved into independent housing, and we still have about 21, 22 cases that are open that we are working with. And the purpose is to get them into permanent housing, teach them how to maintain that housing on the limited income that they have.
Thank you. Mr. Parlavecchio.
I don't have any questions.
Mr. McInerney.
I just have not really a financial question. The 21 people that are still not in the program, where are they housed now?
Some of them are in shelters, some of them are in apartments or in rooms, and they're supported for 6 months in this program. They're supported by this ICM money. So the ICM provides not only the case management, but it does provide the dollars to support their housing.
So the 21 people, are being housed?
Yes, yes. And all of their cases that we had were housed while we were working with them. It was just more transitional, temporary housing. We had to figure out how to get them permanently housed.
Freeholder, questions or comments?
Thank you, President Hill. I have a question. You said you try to help them manage on the limited income that they have. Does the limited income refer to the portion of this grant that you help them to achieve the housing and then pay for the housing in addition to your intensive case management services?
Well, no, the limited income is their SSI benefit.
Okay, okay. So they haven't exhausted that because the resolution says they've exhausted their emergency assistance. So they still have the
emergency
SSI.
assistance refers to the housing benefit part of it. But they still have their monthly income, the SSI income.
And does that meet the housing that you're able to find for them?
It's a challenge. We've had some success getting people into subsidized housing, helping, we've had a couple who have gotten housing vouchers. Senior housing might be an option. Roommate, moving into a room as opposed to an apartment.
I understand.
But it's still stable.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Freeholder. Any other additional questions or comments? Freeholder Palmares.
You mentioned you have 55 cases. Has the number been static? Has it been increasing? What have you been seeing over the time you've been doing this?
It's increased.
But roughly what kind of percentage are you seeing an increase if you could give one?
Oh,
and I'm not going to hold you for
Yeah, okay, good.
an estimate is fine.
I would say, since we started with just a few cases, handful of cases. So it's quadrupled, I guess.
In a relatively short amount of time?
Over well, we're in, about a year and a half.
Okay, thank you.
Through you, Mr. President, I just want to ask everyone to share the mic when you're speaking because it will not be picked up on the recording.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Additional questions or comments on resolution number 10? Okay, hearing or seeing none. Do I have a mover and a second?
Mr. President, I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Palmaris.
I'll second.
Second by Freeholder Mercado. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Sebo.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Palmaris.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Let's go to resolution number 11. Please read it.
Resolution 11, Department of Parks, Recreation, Cultural Affairs, Contract Award to Store Tractor Company to furnish and deliver Toro Multi-Pro Workman spray units under the Middlesex Regional Educational Service Commission Cooperative Purchasing Agreement, amount not to exceed $140,034.21.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Mr. Jackson, please read the resolution. Excuse me, Mr. Jackson, can you please explain the resolution?
Certainly. Mr. Zates is here to explain.
Thank you.
Joshua Zates, Essex County Parks. Number 11 is for 3 spray units, which will be used at the golf course, 1 at each golf course. It's to spray to prevent fungus and that type of materials that we get into our greens. And we do have the contractor here if you have any, or I should say vendor here if you have any questions.
Why don't we bring the vendor up? Thank you.
Ken and Dyke Store Tractor Company.
Thank you. Like to expand a little bit on?
Certainly.
Thank you.
The vehicles are highly precise spray vehicles, as Josh mentioned, for spraying pesticides. They're rate controlled, so you basically put your rate into the machine, and irrespective of operator speed, it puts down the correct rate. So you're not only saving pesticides, you're only putting down the proper pesticides that you have to.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Parlavecchio?
No questions.
Mr. McInerney?
No questions.
Freeholders? Freeholder Palmaris?
Mrs. Zates, I guess this would be more relative to you, but in using the machines for spraying, one of my concerns obviously is for it trickling into any tributaries that make it into larger bodies of water. What kind of measures have you taken? I would imagine the equipment is much more efficient to try to manage that, but can you elaborate on that?
Joshua Zates, Essex County Parks. Through the Parks Department's perspective, we only use sprays that are environmentally efficient, shall we say. There's some strict measures that are put into that. We would only spray according to DEP, Department of Environmental Protection regulations and whatnot. So, yeah, anything?
Yes, the machine is extremely operator-friendly. It's very visible, so the operator can see where he's going, what he's doing. The controls are very easily, are very easily within the reach of the operator. There's foam marking systems on there so they can see exactly where he's been. It drops a blob of, it's essentially a soap compound that degrades with sunlight and air. So they're not inclined to overspray because they've seen exactly where they've been. But the biggest feature of it is the rate controlling. So if they're going up or down a hill, and you do have hills on the county golf courses, the vehicle automatically compensates for the difference in speeds, which would have changed your application rates had it not had that feature. So it's definitely an upgrade to the older systems that are on the golf courses right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. President?
Yep, Freeholder Bauer, thank you.
To the vendor, can you tell me what the substance is that's applied?
No, that would be up to the superintendents of the golf courses. This is just a vehicle to spray it, so it would be not much more different than if you went to Home Depot and picked up a sprayer. and it would be your election as to what you put into that sprayer, but the machine itself is extremely, extremely accurate. It's much more accurate than some kind of a hand sprayer that you would obviously get at Home Depot.
Yeah, I understood that. I think what Freeholder Pomaris was referring to is the runoff into the stream, any nearby water bodies or water courses, not whether it was not accurately applied. That, we understand you're saying it's a very
Yeah, that would
accurate
be-
application process.
Right. That would be up to the applicator and the superintendent to set up parameters that you stay away from streams, you stay away from creeks where runoff could be a problem. But again, because of the accuracy of the machine, you're not over-applying, and that would help immeasurably to make sure that excess material wouldn't be on the ground and wouldn't run off in a rainstorm or something like that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Freeholders, additional questions or comments? Just somewhat of a follow-up question, Mr. Zeitz. You said that it was, parks, and maybe this is a question for the administration, but these type of guidelines would apply also to other departments that might be involved in other types of activity. Like this wouldn't be exclusive to just the parks.
That is correct, Mr. President.
Okay. Any other comments or additional questions or comments from the board? Do we have a mover and a second?
I'll move it.
I'll second, Mr. President.
Moved by Freeholder Siebold, second by Freeholder Pomaris. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado. Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Siebold.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Let's move to resolution number 12. Please read it.
Resolution 12, Department of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs Contract Award to Eastern Armored Services to provide armored car services, exercising 2-year contract, extension option, amount not to exceed $122,328.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Mr. Jackson.
Mr. President, at the moment, the vendor is not here, but Mr. Zaitz will explain the item, and at your pleasure, whether or not you want to proceed tonight, it's up to you. We'll get him here for the following week but if not, we'll just, very happy if you do not very happy, but understand if you would postpone it.
We'll try to make you very happy, and we'll hear from Mr. Zeitz.
Joshua Zaitz, Essex County Parks. This is for armored car service pickups at any revenue-generating facility throughout the park system. Obviously includes the golf courses, the zoo, the arena, the environmental center, and even the Parks Administration building for various permits. It is a 24-month option. We've been very happy with the services of this company, and just as a point of note, the contract is actually set to expire today. And we certainly don't want any interruption in services.
Thank you. Mr. Parlavecchio.
No questions.
Mr. McInerney.
No questions.
Freeholders. Questions or comments?
I can just make one comment.
Sure, Mr. Parlavecchio.
Just to note, I don't know if I think you said this, Josh, it is a 2-year contract extension option, so this is our existing vendor for this particular item.
That is correct.
Freeholders.
Mr. President, being that,
Freeholder Johnson.
through you, Mr. President, being that we are in the process of collecting revenue for the county, I think some consideration should be made on whether we should, because we wouldn't want the service to discontinue and have to come back and come back to the meeting and do it again when, like he said, today was the last day. Am I correct?
Yes, Freeholder, and thank you.
And we got to keep the money coming in.
Safely.
Safely.
Get it to the bank.
I concur, Freeholder Johnson. I mean, again, I will Again, open it up to questions and comments. We do have a rule usually for vendors over this amount, but Mr. Zeitz is prepared to answer any of those questions that he can tonight. And I guess for the record, if we were not to move on this, through you, Mr. Jackson, what is the contingency plan? Well, I'm sorry, Freeholder Johnson.
Mr. President, but currently, it is a 2-year contract extension.
Right.
And that's 122, so if you
click-
break that down,
so
we're
it's
talking
like-
about
right.
$60.
$60,000.
$60,000 a year.
So we're not
Over
really,
the 100.
we're not in violation of our
We're
own,
not in violation.
right, of our own policy. We want to just put on the record what the contingency plan would be?
Joshua Zaitz, County Vice, through you, Mr. President.
Getting in your car and start driving around?
I would have to defer to the administration on that one.
We'd have to declare an emergency, Mr. President, and work from that basis.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
But, Mr. President, we will commit to get the vendor here for the 28th.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Freeholders, are there any further questions or comments? I'm inclined to look for a mover in a second.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Vice President Richardson.
Second.
Second by Freeholder Johnson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Sebo.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones. Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes,
So moved.
we'll keep the doors open. Are locked.
Mr. Zaitz doesn't have to carry cash in his car now.
That's right. Moving to resolution number 13.
Resolution 13, Department of Public Works, Division of Engineering, Traffic Signal Installation and Maintenance Agreement between the County of Essex and Camelot Association, driveway at 70 South Orange Avenue, Livingston, New Jersey.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Mr. Jackson.
Mr. President, Deputy County Engineer Dennis Sedale is here to address this item.
Thank you.
Dennis Sedale, Assistant County Engineer. The Department of Public Works is proposing that the freeholders authorize an agreement with Camelot Associates for the installation of a traffic signal by Camelot at the intersection of South Orange Avenue and the driveway of 70 South Orange Avenue in Livingston. Camelot will fund the design and construction of the traffic signal, as well as pay the county $5,000 per year for the operating cost and maintenance of the traffic signal. And this cost will be increased by 3% per year.
Thank you, Mr. Parlavecchio.
Yeah, Mr. Sedale, the $5,000 per year with the increase, is there a duration to that, or is that?
As long as the traffic signal is in operation.
Yep, okay.
Mr. McInerney.
Where is this funded out of?
This would be funded by the owner of the building, Camelot Associates. They would pay for the design and the construction of the traffic signal. We would inspect the construction in-house, and when it's completed, they would get state approval for the signal. We would accept the signal, and then we would maintain the signal.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McInerney.
That's it.
Okay. Freeholders. Mover in a second.
I'll move it. Second.
Moved by Freeholder Siebold, second by Freeholder Bauer. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones. Yes. Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Sebo.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Let's go to Resolution 14. Please read it.
Resolution 14, Department of Public Works, Division of Engineering, Professional Services Agreement to provide engineering, design, and construction inspection services for replacement of New Dutch Lane Bridge, PKB Engineering Corp., amount not to exceed $256,930 $8.74.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Mr. Jackson.
Yes, Mr. President, Mr. Zadali is still here.
Again, Dennis Sedali, Assistant County Engineer. The new Dutch Lane Bridge over the Deepaval Brook has been rated as structurally deficient by the New Jersey Department of Transportation, and we are proposing to design a new bridge to replace the existing bridge, and that will be funded from either out of DOT funds or DOT bridge bond funds. And I have the representative of the design firm, PKB Engineering. If you wish to speak with them, they can talk to you about their firm and the project.
Please, can we hear more about the firm and the project from the vendor?
Yes, hi. My name is John Paul. I'm one of the principals of PKB Engineering. This is William Clark. He's going to be the project manager for this project. We're a firm that specializes in design, inspection, and rehab of bridges. We're located in Secaucus, New Jersey. We have approximately 18 engineers that reside or work in that office. We bring over 180 years of expertise to this replacement project. We are a MBE, DBE, SBE firm certified within the state of New Jersey. And as an owner of the firm, I just wanted to reiterate our commitment to this project. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Parlavecchio.
No questions.
Mr. McInerney.
No questions.
Freeholders. Questions or comments? Freeholders. Hearing or seeing none. Do I have a mover and a second? Moved by Freeholder Jones.
Second.
Second by Vice President Richardson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Siebel.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving to resolution number 15. Please read it.
Resolution 15, Department of Public Works, Division of Engineering, Professional Services, Agreement, Construction, Engineering, and Inspection Services for 2018 roadway program. Benoni Associates, amount not to exceed $299,300.
Mr. Jackson.
Yes, again, Deputy Engineer Zadali is here.
Dennis Sedali, Assistant County Engineer. This firm will provide construction, engineering, and inspection services for the next item on the agenda, which is our roadway resurfacing program. It's an exceptionally large program. This year, we've received increased funding from the DOT. Generally, they will make sure that we're in compliance with the state's requirements. I have the representatives of Benoni Associates here to talk about the project and their firm.
Please.
Good evening, freeholders. My name is Jerry Prevette. I'm an Associate Vice President of Benoni. Offices are 24 Commerce Street in Newark. We will be doing the design work. We'll be preparing bid packages, specifications and drawings, and inspecting the work as the contractors perform the work.
Thank you. Mr. Parlavecchio.
No questions.
Mr. McInerney.
This contract is directly related to 16, Resolution 16?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
15 and 16.
Freeholders. Mover in a second.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Vice President Richardson, second by Freeholder Luciano. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Siebel.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones. Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Present, not voting.
So moved.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving to resolution number 16.
Resolution 16, Department of Public Works, Division of Engineering, contract award to Smith Sunday Assault Construction Company, the lowest responsive and responsible bidder for the 2018 roadway resurfacing program, amount not to exceed $8,161,575.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Mr. Jackson?
Again, Mr. Sedali.
Again, Dennis Sedali, Assistant County Engineer. This is the actual construction project that the previous vendor will inspect. It's for the milling and resurfacing of county roads, and I have a representative of the firm of Smith Sunday here to talk about their firm and the contract.
Good evening. My name is Michael Boble, and I'm here representing Smith Sunday Asphalt Construction. Mr. Joseph Smith, owner of the company, extends his apologies for not being here. He would have been here last week, but it was canceled, and it wound up being a conflict, and he asked me to fill in for him. Smith Sunday has been in business since 1946. It was a two-man operation started by Mr. Smith's father and a friend, doing driveway asphalt construction, and it has grown into a multi-million-dollar firm doing municipal, county, and state work. We've done several jobs for the County of Essex. I believe we've had 8 contracts with you over the last 9 years. We are a union shop. Our laborers are $472. Our operators are 825, and our truckers are the Teamsters 560. We're based out of Bergen County, but 18% of our workforce are Essex County residents.
Thank you. That was a thorough presentation, and for the record, Mr. Jackson, maybe we can, in the future, use that as a model for some of our future vendors who come before us.
Certainly, Mr. President.
Thank you. Mr. Parlavecchia?
No questions.
Mr. McInerney?
Mr. President, there was 5 bids here. This was the lowest responsible.
Through you, Mr. President, Mr. McInerney, can you just grab a mic? They will move.
Mr. President, again, there were 5 bids. This is the lowest responsible bid. This cost is funded by grants, as is Resolution 15. The engineering is also covered by grants.
Freeholder Siebel?
Am I correct? This is all state money that it's paying for? Correct?
Yes, if I may, Mr. President, as a matter of fact, last year we had $3.9 million, and as a result of the gas tax increase, we're close to $9 million this year.
Freeholder Johnson?
Yes, could you tell us about what towns you will be doing so that the public can know what towns you will be resurfacing?
Unfortunately, sir, like I said, I'm a last-minute substitution. I don't know, maybe Mr. Sedali might know.
Again, Dennis Sedali, Assistant County Engineer. I believe a list of roadways might have been provided with your agenda item, but I have a list of roads. Eagle Rock Avenue in Roseland, West Orange, Park Avenue in East Orange and Newark, Roseland Avenue in Caldwell, Essex Fells, Broadway in Newark, Old Short Hills Road in Livingston and Milburn, South Orange Avenue in Newark, Broad Street in Bloomfield, Westville Avenue in West Caldwell and Caldwell, Runnymede Road in Caldwell and Essex Fells, Valley Street in Maplewood, Park Avenue in Nutley, River Road in Nutley, and Watchung Avenue in Montclair and Bloomfield.
Thank you.
Vice President Richardson?
So, Mr. Sedali, how are the roads picked? How do you determine which roadways you're going to do and which ones are going to be left out?
Every year, our staff goes out and reviews the roads and to check the condition of the roadways, and we develop a list of roadways. In addition, we ask our roads and bridges, our maintenance division, to to give us a list of roads that they think need to be overlaid, or sections of roads which need to be overlaid. And we also ask our permit section, who handle our permits, our utility cuts and our roadways, to look at the roads where those utility cuts have been made to see what kind of shape they are in.
So is it too late for any other roads to get on the list?
I would suggest if you have a candidate project that you submit it to our administrator, and he would pass it along to our director.
You got it.
Freeholders, additional questions or comments? Freeholder.
Mr. President, I just have one question, and that is, the title and the description in the resolution says resurfacing, Mr. Sedali. Is this only a resurfacing program, and does that mean it's to the exclusion of any roadways that would have to be reconstructed? Or does this really include the entirety of, mill and pave and more significant projects on our county roadways?
This is just an inch-and-a-half milling and an inch-and-a-half paving. It also includes incidental items. We'll take care of any catch basins or manholes within the roadway that need to be repaired or taken care of. We also do the handicap ramps at the intersections along the roadways.
Thank you.
Additional questions or comments? Do I have a mover and a second?
Move it.
Moved by Vice President Richardson, second? Second by Second by Freeholder Jones?
Yeah,
Second by
Freeholder
Freeholder Jones. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Sebald.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving to resolution number 17, please read it.
Resolution 17, Department of Public Works, Division of Engineering, contract award to Foggia Trinity Electric, the lowest responsive and responsible bidder to provide for rehabilitation of intersections, one-year agreement, amount not to exceed $170,500.
Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Sedali?
Thank you. Dennis Sedali, Assistant County Engineer. This contract provides for some help with our rehabilitation of our traffic signals that we have in the county. This vendor will help us with cable and conduit replacement, signal head, mast arm, and pole repair and replacement. Helps us with one of our traffic signal systems along Central Avenue. And he'll also take care of any foundation work that we need done. And I have the vendor here to for your pleasure to describe his company and the work he does for us.
Thank you.
Good evening, Freeholders. My name is Anthony Cifelli. I'm president of Foggia Trinity Electric. My career in traffic signals has spanned 23 years. I've done approximately 250 brand-new intersections in my career, as well as maintenance of traffic signals.
Thank you. Freeholders.
I have a question.
Freeholder Siebel.
I have a question about the traffic signals. More and more of the traffic signals have cameras so that they don't change unless there are enough cars for them to change. Is that being included here?
Whatever the county requests of me, I can accomplish.
Okay, thank you.
Freeholders. Do I have a mover and a second?
I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Siebel.
Second.
Second by Freeholder Bauer. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Sebald.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones. Yes. Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
you, Madam Clerk. Moving to resolution number 18, please read it.
Resolution 18, Department of Public Works, Division of Engineering, contract award to APS Contracting, the lowest responsive and responsible bidder for Yanakaw Park Playground Improvements, 90-day agreement, amount not to exceed $997,540.
Mr. Jackson.
Mr. President, Mr. Sedilli and Mr. Zates are here to address this item.
Bless you.
Dennis Sedilli, Assistant County Engineer. The Yanakaw Park playground improvements include a poured-in-place rubber playground surface. That surface would be delineated by curbing, playground equipment for 2 age groups, 5 to 12 and 2 to 5 years, installation of a water mister, bike racks, water fountains, ornamental benches, trash receptacles, some miscellaneous drainage repairs, some tree trimming and landscaping. And that's what the project includes, and we have a representative of APS here, if you wish to see.
Please.
Good evening. My name is Steve Savreski. I'm the principal of APS Contracting. APS has been in business for the last 20 years. Mostly we are doing state and municipal projects. We are employing union and non-union workers. Currently, we are working for Essex County. We're doing the Verona Park. And in previous years, we have completed the new building for the Sheriff's Department over in Newark, across the street from the new vocational school.
Thank you. Mr. Parlavecchio.
No questions.
Ms. McInerney.
No questions.
Freeholders. Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yeah, where's your firm located?
Our firm is located in Patterson, New Jersey,
Do you,
Passaic County.
do you currently employ any Essex County residents?
I employ 2 people. They be working with, one is from East Orange and the other one is from Newark. They've been with APS for the last, I would say, about 7-8 years.
Thank you.
I'm
sorry.
Vice President Richardson.
So is that the union or the non-union side?
I do PLA projects, and usually, right now, they're working on non-union projects.
Total size of the company, total number of employees?
Right now, in the past years, I employ like 50 people.
Oh, 50.
Currently, 50, yes, 50. Currently,
Okay.
we are about, with the office staff, about 20 people, employees.
About 20 total right now?
Correct.
And 2 from Essex? Okay.
Yes. That includes the office, which is about, I will have, in the office, I have about 7 employees. Okay.
Freeholders? Do I have a mover and a second?
I'll move it.
Second.
Moved by Freeholder Seabold, second by Freeholder Bauer. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones. Yes. Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Seabold.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving to resolution number 19. Please read it, Madam Clerk.
Resolution 19, Department of Public Works, Division of Engineering, contract award to Paserno Giordana Construction, the lowest responsive and responsible bidder for Irvington, Ivy Hill, Orange, and Weequahic Park Tennis and Basketball Courts improvements, 150-day agreement, amount not to exceed $761,200.
Mr. Jackson.
Again, Mr. Zates and Mr. Sedilli are here.
Dennis Daly, Assistant County Engineer. As stated, this is work in 4 parks on tennis courts and basketball improvements, and I have a representative of the firm of Paserno Giordano who can tell you a little bit about the firm and their project.
Thank you.
Good evening, freeholders. My name is Rich Paserno, one of the co-owners of Paserno Giordano Construction. We're located in Union County and 200 Market Street, Kenilworth, New Jersey. We have recently, with all this work that we've been getting through the Essex County, we have acquired another company, and we now have the pleasure of having 4 members on our team that are Essex County residents. So that was a good addition to our company, knowing that we're doing a lot of this work. We also have 40% of our vendors that we do business with are vendors here in Essex County. And we have done quite a bit of work for Essex County already, and all our products that we represent are American-made, and we're just excited to get started and work for you again.
Mr. Parlavecchio.
Could you just tell us about the improvements that you'll be doing in these 4 parks?
Collectively, all 4 parks are kind of the same. We're doing tennis courts, basketball courts. We're either going to remove, replace, or replenish things that are already there, inclusive of basketball courts, tennis courts, bleachers, benches, players' benches, site amenities, and color coding.
Thank you.
Mr. McInerney.
No questions.
Freeholders. Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
It's a union outfit or a non-union outfit?
Non-union.
You do pay the prevailing wages, though, right?
I do, sir.
Additional follow-up. What were some of the other projects that you've done for the county?
We did the playgrounds at Weequahic Park. We did we did some work at all of the, quite a few of the parks. We did Yankataw at one point. We did the rubber surfacing there. We did the Riverbank Park at one point. Verona Park we worked in. Wassessing, Brookdale Park. Ivy Hill was just one of our bigger jobs. We just completed there. West Side Park. We did the basketball courts and the basketball standards there. So we have quite a good history with the county.
I can ask anything I want. He can tell me yes or no.
Additional comment? Freeholder Jones?
I just wanted to ask, in dealing with the 4 Essex County residents
Yes.
that you have received from the other company, or were they with you before? Just how was that?
No, I'm sorry, Freeholder Jones. We acquired another company, and now that company is mine, and these gentlemen work for me at this point.
Okay. Then secondly, I want to ask, what are their chances of becoming union members or carrying a union card or something to that effect on your, since you receive so much work in Essex County, and what are their chances of becoming union personnel?
Well, right now, my company is not a union shop. I don't know if we're going to foresee that in the future. Right now, we're a smaller company compared to some of the people that are union shops. So it's not unlikely that it'll happen, but it's not in my foreseeable future right now.
So everyone who works for you are not union persons?
They're not union employees, but they are paid prevailing wage.
And so it's a possibility they could work for 25 years and never receive a contract, or as to say that they are a union member or carrying a union card or whatever you use in terms of construction. As in terms of the individuals who are working, what guarantees, because I believe in unions. So, I mean, what are their guarantees in terms of support, just in case if they get sick or whatever, what are the benefits? So just how does this work?
Well, we share the same philosophy. I believe in unions as well. But the one thing I can tell you, I'm in business for 42 years, and most of the people that are with me have been with me for 20 years plus. So job security is there. As far as becoming a union shop, that may not always be the answer to job security. We started out as a mom and pop shop, and my wife and I, who are co-owners in this business, we've been at it. We've been at it every day, and for those who are willing to work, will have a job for the rest of their lives. My children are in the business. My My daughter and my son also are in the business, and they run the business, and they're right along with us. So there is, anyone who wants to work can work for Paserno Giordano and get paid a fair price with the medical benefits, with the 401K. We're just not a union shop. It's, you know, it's not that we don't want to be, we just haven't grown to that level yet.
Freeholders? Have a mover and a second?
I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Siebold,
Second.
second by Freeholder Bauer. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Siebold.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, moving to resolution number 20. Will you please read it?
Resolution 20, Department of Public Works Division of Engineering Contract Award to Land Tech Group, the lowest responsive and responsible bidder to provide Riverbank Park baseball field improvements, 120-day contract amount not to exceed $2,060,190.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Sedali,
Dennis Sedali, Assistant County Engineer. This is a contract for not only baseball field improvements, but also for tennis court and basketball court improvements at the Riverbank Park. I have a representative of Land Tech here to discuss his firm and the project with.
Thank you.
President and freeholders, Land Tech is honored to be considered for the proposed improvements at Riverbank Park. We are a sports facility. Dave Livingston from the Land Tech Group, sorry. We are a sports field construction company based out of Long Island, New York. We've been in business since 1979. We've done work from the Carolinas to Connecticut. We've completed in excess of 20 field projects for the county. We are affiliated with local 825 operators, local 175 laborers. Last year, we employed about 10% Essex County residents on our New Jersey crew. Some of the improvements at the park are a new synthetic turf field, a drainage project, new fencing will be going around the whole perimeter of the baseball field. There will be new batting tunnels installed, new water fountains, a new scoreboard, foul poles, players' benches. The tennis courts will be milled, repaved, and coated, and the basketball courts will be milled, repaved, and new basketball stanchions installed.
Thank you. Mr. Barlavecchio.
No questions.
Mr. McInerney.
No questions.
Questions? Comments? This is regulation size baseball,
Yes, sir.
and through you, Mr. Jackson, this would be for recreational use, high school.
I'm sorry.
Who's gonna? It's okay.
I'm sorry, Mr. President.
It's all right. Who's gonna use the field? This field, this is improvements. Is this high school use? Is this?
Mr. Zates is here, can answer it more precisely than I, Mr. President.
Joshua Zates, Essex County Parks. It is a high school regulation, and just to inform the board, our permits department has reached out to the various high schools that do use the field and told them that it's under construction.
It's under use, right? It's currently under use now.
Yes, correct.
How many high schools use it?
To my knowledge, it's just one high school. Unfortunately, I didn't ask permits the name of the high school, but it's one high school. We already reached out to them. They have a new home field, and then once construction is completed, we'll reach back out to them and tell them that the field's available again.
Is there seating, spectator capacity when this project's done?
Yeah, there's a stadium seating there already.
Just step to the...
Yeah, Joshua Zay's Essex County Park. There's stadium seating there, and that'll be renovated.
Okay. Do you know how big that is? Stadium seating? What's the capacity?
I do
Please
not
state your
know.
name.
Dave Livingston from the Land Tech Group. I don't know what the capacity is, but it is a rather large concrete stadium
Right.
back there in the Ironbound District. Yeah.
Sure.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. McConnell.
when is the project expected to begin and when is it expected to be completed?
The contract is 120 days, and we are ready to begin once awarded.
And how long would it take to complete the project, expected approximation?
There's a lot of drainage and a lot of earthwork at the project, and we will be able to complete it in the 120 days.
Thank you.
Vice President Richardson.
Yeah, Mr. Livingston, you said you employed 10% of your workforce from Essex County last year. How many were the total number of folks you had employed?
We generally run about 15 to 20 men in the New Jersey crews, and we had 2 Essex County residents.
And the bulk of do you, Mr. President? So the bulk of your workforce is from New York?
It's about half and half in the New Jersey crews. We do have guys come from New York, but we have New Jersey crews that are joined on 175.
Good. Follow.
No, good. We've had these conversations before.
Additional questions or comments? Just, again, for the administration, and when if this project passes and completed, this will probably be one of the nicest baseball, both in the city and in the county. So I'm sure, in parks that we're thinking through usage and promotion, in an aggressive way.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, Mr. President.
Any additional questions or comments?
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
To you, President. I'm glad to see this happening because back in the late 60s, early 70s, I went to Eastside High School. I went to Eastside High School myself, and that was our practice field for football and our practice field for baseball. And I think it was due for facelifting from the price of what it's going to cost. It seems like they're going to be redoing the whole park. It's going to be redone.
Well, we redid Dave Livingston from the Land Tech Group. We redid the soccer field a couple of years ago, so that's been done. And now the baseball will be done. The playground is fairly new, and we're doing the basketball and the tennis courts. So you are correct that park is going to look pretty nice once we're finished.
How many years ago was it when you did the soccer field?
I believe the soccer field was about 2 years ago.
Have you guys checked to make sure that it's intact? Because it's a lot of soccer goes on in that.
Oh, yeah, I've been there already, and we currently hold the contract for the synthetic turf maintenance for
Right.
Essex County as well.
Yes, I
So
know.
my company does do the maintenance there as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Any additional questions or comments?
Nice to practice.
Do you have a mover and a second?
I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Siebel, second by
Second.
Freeholder.
No, go ahead.
I think you got you. Freeholder
No,
McConnell.
no.
Okay. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones. Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Siebel.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving to resolution number 21. Please read it.
Resolution 21, Department of Public Works Division of Engineering contract award to Dascal, the lowest responsive and responsible bidder for the renovation of Wally Choice Community Center, Glenville Park, 90-day contract amount not to exceed $1,103,660.
Public Works.
Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Sedali.
Dennis Sedali, Assistant County Engineer. This project includes building as well as parking lot improvements, and I have a representative of the construction firm here to tell you about his firm and a little bit about the project.
Thank you.
Good evening, freeholders. My name is Damien. I represent Dascal. We've done 2 jobs of this kind for Essex County so far in Belleville and Irvington Park. The company that I work with, that we've done this for, exists since 2010. I actually used to work for Steve before that will be doing that did your sheriff's office. We've done the Turtleback Zoo before for the sea turtle exhibit. We've worked in the county quite extensively in the past 3 years. We don't employ any Essex County employees because we only have 3 employees on the job sites. We only do maintenance and site cleanup. However, our subcontractors are 40% from Essex County. We do veneer trucking from Belleville, JTG. We get our doors from Newark, usually from Empire Lumber and Freeland Heights and Avenue. And on this project, that will be that. And the job that we'll be doing at the park entails brand new interior, brand new kitchen, brand new appliances, nice paved parking lot outside. The whole exterior gets a facelift, roof cleaning, gutters, downspouts, and we're starting tomorrow.
Thank you. Questions or comments? Just a comment, glad to see this on the agenda. Much needed, for sure, and excited about it.
It looks like it out there.
Yeah, no, it's much needed. And it's 90, what's the completion target date?
We're supposed to start last week on Thursday after the meeting, and it was supposed to finish on the 8th of June. Right now, probably 15th of June.
Okay.
If everything goes well, hope to be finished early, same as every other ones we've done so far.
So, through you, Mr. Jackson, anticipating for full use for all summer prompt programming and activity that usually happens?
Yes, Mr. President, that's one of the reasons why we expedited this through the operating capital as well, so we can get going. And we've spoken with Mr. Pelham and the other users of the park, and we're in good shape in that regard.
Great, great. Any additional questions or comments? Have a mover and a second?
I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Siebel, second by Freeholder Jones. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Siebel.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Can you please read resolution number 22?
Resolution 22, Department of Administration and Finance, Office of Purchasing, contract award to WB Mason Company, the lowest responsive and responsible bidder to furnish and deliver WAVE ID cards, 2-year agreement, amount not to exceed $130,500.
Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Coltrane.
This bid is for DDTE, and they are WAVE ID cards for the blue WAVE buses that travel around the county. And they will be tracking, and Mr. Phil Natal is here from WB Mason will explain.
Thank you.
Hi,
good evening. Greg Novotny, Sales Manager with WB Mason, located in Sea Caucus. This is for filling the WAVE ID cards, as mentioned earlier, as well as lanyards. There's 3 versions of the cards, each with its own specific color, and then lanyards to go with them as well.
Mr. Maravecchio.
No questions.
Ms. McInerney.
No questions.
Freeholders. Do I have a mover and a second?
I'll move, Mr. President.
Moved by Freeholder Blameris.
Second.
Second by Freeholder Bauer. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Siebel.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
Thank you. So we have two added starters. I'm going to move to resolution, Madam Clerk, number 66. If you could read number 66 for the record.
Yes. Resolution 66, Office of the County Administrative Office, Administrator, IT Office, Contract Award to SHI International Corporation for the purchase of Unicorn HRO payroll system under the state contract number 89851, amount not to exceed $188,490.
Mr. Jackson.
Mr. President, this is a contract, as you know, we're moving quickly to upgrade all of our systems, and this is our payroll system, and our vendor is here to explain this part of the transformation.
Thank you for having me here. My name is Dave Potter. I'm the VP of Sales for Unicorn HRO. We're located in Florham Park, New Jersey. We've been in business since 1982. And we're a technology company that provides HR payroll, benefits administration, ACA compliance, and related services to basically the mid-sized market. And about 6 years ago, we won a contract with the County of Middlesex, and from there we expanded our footprint, here, particularly in New Jersey and County of Bergen, and a few other entities within Middlesex County are our current clients. We specialize in sort of the complex companies that have unique requirements, and certainly Essex County fits the bill.
Mr. Parlavecchio.
No questions.
Mr. McInerney.
I'm just curious what it does.
Mike, please.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the idea of what the contract's for.
Payroll and tax filing services for the county employees.
They're going to be doing payroll instead of being in-house. We're doing it.
Oh, like an ADP type of?
Correct.
Okay.
Can you expand on that, please?
Well, currently you're doing your payroll in-house through a provider that I think is not really enthusiastic about remaining in this space.
Through you, Mr. President, can you please speak into the mic, and you can squeeze the handle and it can move it up and down.
How's that? So your current vendor is not supporting you as well as it did in the past, so I think you're looking to make a move to enhance your technology and the delivery of services to your employees. So some of the items we have in our technology is to allow employees to see their pay stubs, retrieve their W-2 forms. The overall goal is sort of to streamline, make more efficient, and provide sort of modern services to your employees, which probably most of them will be expecting that as there's sort of a transition in generations in the workforce.
If I may, Mr. President, also too, as was noted, we are doing it in-house now, but this is going in a different direction. However, there's no impact on our employees.
Mr. McInerney.
Does this also keep track of sick and vacation time?
Yes, you actually have another vendor that's doing that, so we're going to integrate with that other vendor as well.
I don't think this is a bad price, given the volume that we've had. I mean, I've encountered other payroll services through other venues I'm involved with. So the size of this, just my gut seems relatively, reasonable.
Freeholder Siebel.
Yeah, I have a question here. In reading through it, the recommendation is for the correctional facility. Am I correct? It says that the board authorized by resolution the purchase of SHI International and so on for the jail management system for the department. Is this only for the correctional facility?
I'm not seeing where you're looking.
Yeah, it's on the very last page of what I received as an
On
added starter.
the decision memorandum, that's an error in the submission. That was an error in the submission. This is strictly countywide payroll system. It's not.
So what it says here about the correctional
incorrect.
facility is incorrect?
Correct.
All right, that was my question. I didn't understand what was going on
Yes,
here.
the signer, which is myself, didn't get that far, made a mistake when I submitted this.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Additional questions or comments?
I have a question, and that is, so this was not competitively bid, and I understand that, not everything has to be competitively bid, but I'm not sure what state contract 89851 is or what it has to do with this in particular. I know you mentioned that you started with the Middlesex contract, the county contract in terms of your public entity business, and then expanded from there. But is there an umbrella contract that the state has, awarded to you under which you come
No.
or you're qualified?
They've awarded it to SHI. And so in order, so you don't have to go through the RFP process, which can be very cumbersome, you can go to SHI, or if there's 4 other state-approved contractors, and get our services via that vehicle.
I got it. Okay.
Mr. President? Under the state contract, what that means, the state actually vetted this vendor and went all through those processes in order to give them the stamp of approval, so to speak. And then this way, it avoids us having to go out for bids.
I understand. Thank you.
Additional questions or comments? Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Siebold,
Second.
second by Freeholder Bauer. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Siebel.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
We move to resolution number 67.
Resolution 67, Department of Public Works, Division of Engineering, Professional Services Agreement to provide engineering design service for otter exhibit at Turtleback Zoo, French Perillo Associates, $75,000.
Mr. Parlavecchio. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Zates.
Yep.
Joshua Zates, Essex County Parks. This is a design contract, A&E contract with French and Perillo. It's for the rehabilitation of our otter exhibit over at the zoo. The project will include the increase to the size of the pool, replace of the life support system, replace the existing glass barrier, new landscaping, replace the walkway around the exhibit, add benches and trash receptacles, and some themed paint throughout the exhibit. Currently, we house 2 otters. The otters will be put in a temporary holding once we move on to the actual construction phase of the contract.
Thank you. Got ahead of myself. Mr. Parlavecchio.
How long will this contract take to fulfill?
Joshua Zates, Essex County Parks. I'm not 100% sure. We believe it's 90 days, but we can certainly get back to you with that.
Thank you.
Good.
Yes, thank
Mr.
you.
Parlavecchio. Excuse me, Mr. McInerney.
No questions, Mr. President.
Freeholders. Will the otter still be on display?
During the design phase, yes, but then once we move on to construction, no.
So the otters will be unavailable to the public for roughly how long?
I'm not, we haven't gotten to the construction aspect yet, so I'm not sure what the turnaround time would be once we get to construction.
The lifespan of an otter is.
Don't
Hopefully, they'll still be alive when this thing is done.
We certainly hope so.
Okay, all right.
It'll be okay.
Maybe they'll have babies. Maybe they'll have
Do I have a
babies
mover and a
with-
second?
I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Siebel. Do I have a second. Second by Freeholder Palmeris. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Siebel.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Palmares.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones. Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
And Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I think Parlavecchio will move to resolution number 62.
Yep, Mr. President, just on that one, number 62, just asking the board to adjourn that until the next meeting, so we can wait until the adoption of the budget, and then have the proper funding mechanism in place, so you can entertain it at that time. So it would call for a motion to adjourn to the meeting of, whatever, 2 weeks from, until the 28th of March.
Do I have a mover?
I'll move it.
Second.
Moved by Freeholder Johnson. Johnson, second by Vice President Richardson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Siebel.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes, to adjourn to the 28th.
Freeholder Palmares.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones. Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes,
I have a question about.
it's moved. Freeholder Siebel?
Thank
So
you.
moved.
I have a question for Mr. Parlavecchio. Does that mean it will not be a separate resolution? It will be part of the budget?
No. Timing-wise, since we're currently operating on the temporary budget,
Right.
wait until the adoption of the actual budget so that the funding mechanism is in place to entertain that separate
But
resolution.
it will be a separate resolution?
Separate.
All right, thank you.
Moving to resolutions 23 through 61. So 23 through 61, which are all either resolutions or commendations. 60, thank you, 63 through 60, and 63 through 65, which can be read into the record at a later time. Do we have?
I have a question about accommodations.
Sure, Freeholder Siebel.
Number 49 through 54, they're all for the National Council of Negro Women.
Yes,
Is it possible that that be by acclamation?
I have no problem with that.
That event has not occurred yet.
It has not.
If the others don't want to go along with it, I'd like to be
Yes.
part of it.
You can change
Resolution
without.
49 through what?
That would be the resolutions for the 64th Annual
It's-
National Council of Negro Women
Right.
Luncheon.
And it's 49 through
And it's
54,
40
if I have it correct.
yeah, correct. I have no problem with that, by doing that by acclamation.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Any other additional requests or comments? Freeholder Jones?
Number 60, I would like you to follow that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Would-
Yeah, we should do that via acclamation as well.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Acclamation is
60.
60.
The youth art, I believe they will, and I
Yes,
believe-
absolutely.
I believe they'll be in the building.
Yes.
A week from this Friday. Maybe Madam Clerk, we can send out a note to the freeholders when they're going to be in the building
Yes.
for number,
60.
for
Will
number
that be
60.
by acclamation?
Absolutely.
Good.
Acclamation, no problem.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I would like to be added, if I may, to commendation number 56, since I was privileged to actually attend that and be part of honoring Sharon Riley Tobin.
That's absolutely,
Thank you.
without objection.
Is that 56?
Yes.
I'd like to be added to that too, please.
Without objection.
So that's 56, right?
Any other questions or comments? Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Moved by Freeholder Bauer, second by Freeholder Mercado. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Freeholder Bauer.
Yes.
Freeholder Johnson.
Yes.
Freeholder Jones.
Yes.
Freeholder Luciano.
Yes.
Freeholder Mercado.
Yes.
Freeholder Pomares.
Yes.
Freeholder Vice President Richardson.
Yes.
Freeholder Sebo.
Yes.
Freeholder President Gill.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We'll move on to reports of board committees. Freeholders, do we have any reports of board committees? Okay. Do we have any legislative reports? Written communications? Unfinished business? New business? Public comment? Freeholder comment session? Somebody, excuse me, for public comment. Okay, Madam Clerk, if there's any a member of the public who would like to comment on any matter, please come to the microphone and state your name, address, and affiliation for the record. You will have 3 minutes to speak.
Hello, my name is David Craker. I live at 68 Massel Terrace here in South Orange. I help run a neighborhood association, the Academy Heights Neighborhood Association, and so I'm here tonight talking for myself, but perhaps for some of my neighbors. It's for the intersection of 3rd Street and Valley Street. I'm just sort of wondering, I don't know what your jurisdiction is, but I believe Valley's a county road, and it's, I'm wondering if the traffic light there can be recalibrated. And what's happening is that we're getting lots of traffic backed up along Valley Street in either direction, certain times of the day, mostly from 3 o'clock until maybe 6 o'clock. And I think if you could calibrate that traffic light so that it was delayed, so people could make a left turn into Valley Street either way, coming north or traveling south, it would sort of alleviate some of the congestion. Because what's happening, people are trying to make left-hand turns into 3rd Street. They can't do it, and so it's backing up the traffic for several blocks. So I think if you could just, it's just a very quick, cheap way to do this, just recalibrate the light, make it a delayed light, so that people can make the left turn whichever way they're going up 3rd Street. I think it would help the situation.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We will be sure to respond to you in writing. Is there anyone, member of the public who wishes to be heard? Is there any member of the public who would like to comment on any matter? Please come to the microphone and state your name, address, and affiliation for the record. Okay, Madam Clerk, let the record reflect that there is no one wishing to speak at this time. Freeholders, do you have any comments that you would like to make? Madam Clerk, I just have a question. I know I saw the response and approved, but has that response on the Milburn issue been distributed yet to the, I know we got a draft from the administration, and I just signed off, but it might not have been distributed yet to the...
I don't believe it's been distributed.
Okay.
I'll make sure that that's distributed tomorrow.
Yep, I'm just ready to go. I wanted to thank them. I know it'll be distributed, but I did, for my freeholders, did receive a copy of a very thorough response to some of the questions that were raised during the public comment session at our last meeting. So I thank the administration for that, and that will be distributed tomorrow to the rest of the board. Also would like to thank the clerk and the freeholder staff for operating under some tight conditions, both last week and this week with the weather, making our ceremony, our salute to the Irish, run very smoothly, even though we were off campus, so to speak. And for the other honorees that we had here tonight and able to juggle those things. So thank you to the staff for your work on that. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Meeting adjourned.